Sure. All right. So we can start. I think we should be all just making sure that. Okay. Good. So welcome everyone. Just that you know, I maybe should be able to switch the camera so that you see the room here, but there are a few people here, so maybe other will join us later. Anyways, we should, let me just take the list of the presenters again, and Hakan Hakwar. Yes, good.
Yes.
Hakan Hakwar, good morning or good evening.
Good morning.
Where are you joining us from?
Turkey.
Okay, Turkey, good. So it's a little bit early.
Yes.
Anyways, so we are planning to give you 10 to 15 minutes maximum for the presentation. I will warn you when you've up 5 and 2 minutes until the end of your time, and then we'll have some time to for some questions and discussions if there are any. And so please, you should be able to share your presentation.
Okay.
Good. We now see your full screen. And if you want, you can put it. Yes, great.
Okay.
Good. You can start. We can hear you clearly and loudly.
Okay. I will start. Good morning. My name is Hakan Akbar. Today I will presenting of topic on the use of predictive deep learning approach in the frequency and uniqueness-based representation of sequential browsing events. The presentation compares 10 slides and is expected to last approximately 15 minutes. We will reserve time for questions at the end of the presentations. Today I will start with an introduction, then discuss the methodology used, describe the proposed framework implementation, discuss experimental work, and wrap up with the conclusion and future work. In the digital banking, understanding users' diverse and dynamic digital banking behaviors presents unique challenges due to their varied preferences, multi-device usage, and the computational demands of the large datasets. Embedding approach in the literature, 3 types of embedding approach are existed. First of method is NLP-based approach. NLP-based approach methods creates vector representations for word in a corpus, capturing both semantic and synthetic nuances. These vectors are essentials for similarity analysis, speech labeling, clustering, and synthetic parsing in natural language processing applications. Common NLP-based embedding methods is work-to-vec. The second one is graph-based embedding approach. Unlike word embeddings, graph-based methods use graphs to represent nodes as a vector in high-dimensional spaces. This approach is valuable for addressing challenges in social network, community detection, node classification, and clustering. Renowned methods include node-to-vec, deep-bulk, stack-to-vec, and advanced networks like graph convolutional networks, GraphSage, Line, and Transy. Third one is autoencoder-based embedding approach. Autoencoders are unsupervised learning techniques that compress complex data into an embedding. An encoder network prioritizes essential information while discarding extraneous details. The corresponding decoder network reconstructs the input from the compressed form. Autoencoders are useful for dimensional reduction anomaly detection, and feature extraction in large data sets. Contribution of this paper include updating and extending a machine learning pipeline for predicting customer purchase behavior for foreign exchange banking product. The paper introduced a predictive deep learning based methods to enhance banking ability to gather more data on customers' digital footprints using LSTM for deeper insights into user behavior on the website. Machine learning business process stage. The first one is a data preprocessing stage. Raw data is cleaned and irrelevant features are removed. The second method is embedding stage. A suitable embedding techniques is applied for the preprocessed data, deep bulk or work to wake. Deep bulk is a graph-based method embedding approach that represents nodes as vectors in a low-dimensional space. It utilizes computationally intensive eigenvalue decomposition techniques to create vectorized features for graph attributes such as nodes, edges, and subgraphs. Deep bulk is particularly powerful in solving problems related to social network, community detection, and node classification and clustering. By transforming the graph structure into low-dimensional vectors, classification and clustering, deep bulk enables the capture of intricate relationship and patterns within a graph data, making it a valuable technique for various machine learning applications. Work-to-work is an NLP-based embedding approach that provides a vector representation of words in a corpus. It captures both semantic and scientific information, allowing for similarity analysis, speech labeling, clustering, and scientific parsing in NLP applications. Word-to-word models such as continuous peg of words or SIBO and skipgram converts words into vectors by predicting neighboring words based on the context. These techniques has been widely used in natural language processing tasks to convert textual data into numerical representation that can be utilized in the machine learning algorithms for tasks like sentiment analysis, text classifications, or language modeling. Third stage is post-processing stage. Embeddings are further preprocessed, eliminate noises, and enhance embeddings quality. The subsequent stage, the outputs of embeddings methods are subjected to three types of weighting techniques. As will demonstrated that low weighting, event frequency based weighting, inverse event frequency based weighting. No weighting methods the final vector is obtained by performing a general summation operations without applying any weights. Event frequency-based weighting involves calculating an event frequency value for each page based on the frequency of customer visits. The event frequency weighted vector for a customer. Inverse event frequency-based weighting. In this weighting approach, more frequently visited pages are given less weight. For phase is training phase. Labeled embedding datasets are into split a training and test datasets. ML algorithms are trained on the training datasets and create ML models using customers' embedding vectors to predict customers' behavior. These models are then validated using the test datasets. The fifth one is prediction stage. Resulting embeddings are utilized to predict customers' behavior and preferences. The generated ML models employed for forecast new customers' behavior. In the post-processing stage, frequency-based weighting methods are utilized. The formulas presented below the calculation for frequency-based and inverse frequency-based weighting methods. These methods are utilized in weighting of embedding vectors. An example is provided alongside. In our study, we use a smart deep learning method to figure out the hidden patterns of customers' growth datasets. Here's a breakdown of our system works. First of all, user action sequence generation generator we used. And think of this.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Think of this as a brain of our operation. It creates a map of customers' browsing steps. These steps are then converted into a format that our LSTM algorithms can understand. LSTM is a great spotting trends in data, which help it predict future actions after it learns from the customer's actual steps. Uh, Make it up new ones that make sense for digital banking apps. The second module is embedding module. This part is key for turning the names of the website into numbers. The third one is predictive deep learning model generator. This generator uses LSTM, which is a type of neural network that's really good at remembering things alongside. This makes it perfect for guessing what comes next in the sequential. The third one is a sequence generator. Based on the what LSTM has learned, this generator comes up with new browsing steps. 5 stages each sequence filtering module. To keep this original, this module remove any new steps that are too similar to actual ones customer took. To sum it up, all these parts work together to help us understand and predictive how customers are use mobile banking apps. This understanding could lead to better, more friendly based banking app exploration in the future. The table below uh, represent an example that show blue scores, which can be referred as the similarity rate between sequences and generated by the LSTM and actual sequences. Proposed framework implementation. We build our framework using Python with following libraries. To test our framework, we used clickstream data from FibaBanca mobile application datasets. This dataset is pretty big with nearly 3 million rows, 5 types of information, and over 36,000 different customers. It records what customers to do on the app, like looking at page trading for a foreign currency, applying for loans, or opening accounts. The image on the right displays a histogram of the length of the customer sessions, while the table below shows the ratio of the foreign exchange transaction in the training and data sets. This table presents the result of the isolation force model. These models try to guess if a foreign exchange transaction will happen next using different set of data made with various methods. You can see that the model trained with obtained from the work-to-wake methods in the inverse frequency weighting shown as frec -1. In the table has achieved the highest F1 score, which signifies a truly good performance. For the default method is isolation force model that we both frequency and inverse frequency method turn out to be a top performer based on the F1 score. So we've shown that using this special ways of preparing dataset really helps the model for their job better. Conclusion and future work. A good breaking study introduces a novel customer embedding framework to decode customer usage patterns in the mobile banking application over time. Work to work and deploy innovative algorithms at the forefront, excel in cooperation. The frequency of customer visit enhance the description of the line of the behavior datasets. The framework of predictive provenance was validated by the customer's financial product preferences, outperforming conventional models in accuracy. Selecting the optimal algorithm is data dependent, with continuous testing to tailor the best algorithm for varying data types. The research marks a significant advance in developing a robust system capable of anticipating customers' actions based on their online banking activities with potential applications and across various sectors. Plans are underway to refine the framework of integrating diverse and data types and employing LLM-based algorithms for better prediction for customers' product interactions. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Hakan. You can keep your presentation still shared if there are some questions that we need to go back to. I will now ask if anyone has any question from the audience. No, and also among the other presenters or people who are online, you should either turn on your microphone or raise your hand. Hakan, one thing that I was curious about, if I can break the ice with questions,
Okay.
is okay. I gather that the prediction of you define customers' behavior as sequences of actions, of events, something like. Am I right about that? So
yes.
What you try to predict is the exact sequence that the customer will perform. And I was wondering, maybe I didn't get this information correctly. So what are, in the example, in the data that you've used for your experimental work, what are the kind of a unitary individual actions the sequences are made of? I don't know if you understand what I mean. So what are kind of a basic actions that form a sequence that you then define as a behavior?
Okay. A sequence we defined, like for example, a session of a customer like this login in mobile banking,
Okay.
clicking main main dashboard and clicking loans accounts and clicking foreign exchange accounts and then clicking foreign exchange submit account submit page. This is a sequence, and we will predict it, the last sequence. If a customer click a fix foreign exchange submit page or not.
Okay, sure. Okay, I understand it now. Good. Thank you. Are there any other questions? I don't see any requests. So thank you, Hakan. I hope you can stay with us, remain logged on for other presentations. And now I'm inviting the second presenter, which is Giuliano asked us to be the last one. So if Giuliano is not logged in, Giuliano, no, she's not here. Okay, he asked us to be the last presentation, so we can skip him, put him at the end, and then have Jan Andrade and others for the presentation of the title, A Descriptive and Predictive Analysis Tool for Criminal Data. Do we have someone from this group? Yes, we have Jan. Good morning, Jan.
Good morning. Good morning. I will present.
Okay. Good. Are you also in Brazil, right?
Yes, I'm at.
Okay. So
I will share the window.
yes, you can share the presentation.
You can see?
I don't know, Jan, if you were here from the beginning. We are giving about 12-15 minutes maximum, so I will tell you when your time is about to expire, and
Okay.
the floor is yours.
Okay. I will begin here. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ian Andrade. I am a computer science student at the Federal University of São João del Rei. Today, I'm pleased to present our article, A Descriptive and Predictive Analysis Tool for Criminal Data, a case study from Brazil. Security impacts every aspect of our lives, from personal development to business. The feeling of insecurity can dramatically reduce our quality of life, restrict our mobility, and have profound economic implications. Governments have faced significant challenges in combating crime. The complexity of crime is connected to social, demographic, and educational factors. Understanding these interconnections is crucial for developing effective strategies. In recent years, public security organizations have made significant strides in collecting and storing detailed data on criminal events. However, with this surge in data comes a significant challenge: the underutilization of this vast information resource. Without proper analysis, valuable insights remain hidden, hampering information decision-making and effective public policy development. In the face of this challenging context, in this paper we present a methodology for characterizing previously stored criminal data that allows it to be transformed into information that helps develop assertive crime fighting and prevention tactics. We focus on analyzing the dynamics of crimes occurrence from temporal and spatial perspectives. Understand when and where crime happen allow us to evaluate partners and trends over time and across different locations. We also incorporate regression models to help us estimate where and when crimes are likely to occur in the future. Accurate predictions are crucial for proactive crime prevention and resource allocation. Finally, we have developed a tool with a simple and intuitive interface designed for public security agents. This tool materializes our methodology, making it easier for security personnel to utilize data-driven insights in their daily operations. So now, I'm going to present a detailed description of each component of the tool, highlighting how they complement each other to provide a comprehensive and effective decision-making tool. Our first component is scenario filtering, allowing users to analyze different scenarios by segment data according to specific criteria. The filters provided by our tool include common attributes that we encounter in many datasets. First, time interval enables selecting a specific data range. Granularity offers the ability to visualize data at different temporal granularities, such as daily, monthly, or annual. Day of the week allows users to select specific days of the week for analysis. Time of day by dividing the day into 4 periods: early morning, morning, afternoon, and evening. Neighborhoods, we standardize the data based on latitude and longitude, allowing users to select specific neighborhoods within each municipality. Address includes street information. Crime types cover all types of incidents found in the data. Department allows the choice of the responsible department, such as police stations or police posts. Unity allows the selection of the responsible unit, following the pre-established hierarchy by the public security agency. Based on these filters, various scenarios can be constructed for analysis. For example, we can investigate the distribution of robberies in a specific neighborhood during early morning hours on weekends and compare it with weekdays. The first analysis model of the tool focuses on 3 key elements. First, we display the total number of incidents. Next, our graphical trend visualization highlights the behavior of events over time, with the granularity selected. We then apply a linear regression algorithm to the graph points to model the relationship and determine trends. The derivative of this function at the last point indicates whether the trend is increasing or decreasing. Finally, arrows next to the numerical value show the rate of change in incident numbers, offering a relative measure of the trend slope. The distribution analysis model first highlights neighborhoods with the highest incident rates. Red areas indicate higher crime rates, helping identify critical areas. Next, we examine variations in occurrence during different times of the day. By dividing the time of the day, we can identify temporal partners to allocate resource more effectively. It's important to note that the model allows for multiple distribution across various attributes. This flexibility ensures personalized and in-depth analysis, make the tool versatile and valuable in diverse public safety scenarios. The temporal heat map model combines a heat map highlighting high incidence concentration areas with a calendar that displays incidents by day of the month. This dynamic visual representation allows for detailed and comprehensive analysis, enabling comparative studies and the identification of recurring patterns over time. The layered event map model is a fundamental component of our tool for analyzing georeferenced crime data. It contains four main layers. The first layer demarcates the city neighborhoods, providing a clear geographic context. The second layer is a heat map that highlights areas with the highest density of incidents. The third layer marks individual crime occurrence on the map. Initially, points are grouped by distance, but as users zoom in, they separate for more detailed analysis. Each point includes crucial information, like date, time, and crime type. The fourth layer highlights critical points identified through clustering. We use a hierarchical cluster algorithm to group incidents based on a definite radius, marking significant clusters sub a minimum occurrences. Each critical point includes detailed information such as date, time, neighborhood, and additional specifics. All these layers are integrated into a single map, allowing users to modify and combine them as needed. In our tool, we incorporate two regression models.
Yeah.
for-
5 minutes.
Okay. In our tool, we incorporate two regression models for crime prediction. The ARIMA model forecasts time series using three components: autoregressive, integrated, and move average. It uses past values and prediction errors to forecast future incidents. The second, developed by Facebook FB Prophet, is a robust tool for time series forecast. It effectively handles seasonal patterns and holiday, combining trend, seasonality, and noise. Our tool includes separate sections for ARIMA and FB Prophet models. To evaluate our crime analysis tool, we use criminal data from Brazil, specifically from Minas Gerais. The data comes from the military policy of Minas Gerais, part of our research project with local university. Our evaluation has three parts. First, we focus on understanding and characterizing the data. Next, we tested the tool's practical application in a case study. Finally, we applied and tested predictive models to assess the accuracy in forecast crime. Our data characterization begins with the PMMG system, which has recorded over 40 million cases since 2005, covering 853 municipalities. Each occurrence includes 224 attributes, providing detailed temporal, spatial, and descriptive information. Our analysis shows an initial adaptation period with fewer records, followed by stable annual occurrence over the last decade, even during the pandemic. We analyze data at different spatial levels: state, city, and neighborhood. Across all levels, crime rates are higher in the afternoon and lower in the early morning. In the monthly distribution, we observed balanced occurrence at the state and city levels, but at the neighborhood level, there are spikes in February, March, July, and December, likely related to events like Carnival and school vacations. Comparing the percentage of violent crimes to other occurrences, we observe a difference in behavior, with a growing increase in the representation of violent crimes as we move from the most comprehensive region to the most specific. Every year, Brazil's Carnival captives millions with its cultural richness and festive spirit. Yet, alongside its celebration, Carnival poses challenges, including increased incidents of theft and robbery. In our case study, we applied our analytical tool to study the 2023 Carnival in Belo Horizonte, Seção Urbana I, neighborhood, for chief incidents. First, our trend analysis model reveals a notable surge in crime incidents during February coinciding with the Carnival period. This anomaly stands out when compared to the relatively stable patterns observed in January and March. To contrast the information given by our map model, we use the strategic mapping of Carnival parade routes, marked with distinctive points across the city. We examine the spatial distribution of incidents before, during, and after Carnival. It's evident that crime hotspots coincide with Carnival venues, particularly in densely populated areas like the Sup neighborhood. The tool's ability to highlight these critical points enable target law enforcement strategies in crashing incidents during Carnival, underscore the need for heightened vigilance and resource allocation. To illustrate the functioning of the regression model, we test and evaluate the two algorithms implemented by the tool, ARIMA and Prophet, considered two distinct granularities for prediction, day and week. For the two cases, we trained with data from January and predict crimes for the next 2 days and for 1 week entry, respectively. We can see that both models performed well in the prediction test, with values close to the real ones for both granularities. When evaluating the performance of the two models, we observe promising results. In summary, the data presented today demonstrates that the tool understands the dynamics of criminal occurrence through temporal and spatial analysis, offering an intuitive interface for public agents responsible for security. We evaluate the applicability of the tool using criminal data from Minas Gerais, Brazil, demonstrating descriptive and predictive analysis that help you understand criminal behaviors during significant events such as Carnival. We tested and evaluated crime prediction models that showed results close to real data, enabling the development of preventive actions more effectively by public safety. The tool's adaptability to new models and ability to integrate new layers of information highlight its dynamic and evolutionary nature, ensuring its relevance over the time, imagining constantly changing criminal dynamics. So it's my presentation. I want to thank for everyone's attention.
Thank you, Jan. Questions? We have questions in the room. I think you should. Okay, I know how to do this. Let me see if I got it right. I should. This is the camera. This is the microphone. So you should maybe go in. So you can. Okay, let me see. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. Here's Marcos.
Yeah, can you hear? Can you hear? Yes, good, fantastic.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Here's Marcos from the Federal University of São Paulo. Thank you very much for the presentation. Just a curiosity, how did you manage to get this data? We know that this is very sensitive data, and we tried that in the past to get some data from the police in the São José dos Campos, and we were not able to get this data. How did you manage to get this data with your state police?
Yes, it's a good question. We have a lot of bureaucracy to manage this data and give that access. It's a sensitive data. So we have that with a collaborate research. So it's a research with the military police of Minas Gerais in collaboration of UFMG. I think I answered the question.
Yeah, okay. And any other question? Or another thing that I was wondering is, I would assume that the military police either locally or already have some kind of tools or heuristics in predicting. So did you do any analysis in how they do their work now? You know what I mean? They obviously make decisions where to send personnel, how to handle peaks of possible crimes. How do they do it? Do they do it informally? Do they do it intuitively? Do they have some kind of analytical tools now, in this very moment, before they adopt your systems? I mean, it's interesting how an organization makes decisions, and here we are talking decisions about security and safety of people. So they must have procedures and tools in place to decide how to handle the thing. So did you have any chance to kind of explore how they do it now, currently?
I just have a few view of their tools that they actually use it, but in the conversation that we have in our meet, the several tools that they have is just descriptive. They just have a tool to descriptive the data, but they lack of machine learning algorithms, such as regression models, spatial temporal models. So in this kind of features that we are working on to expand the machine learning to turn more to help the decision making.
Okay, clear. Okay, thank you, Jan. Nice presentation.
Okay.
I hope you can stay with us for the following presentations. And we can carry on with Victor Uglev and others' approach to the formation and visualization on the competency profile of the staff of organization UGVA models. Do we have someone for this group? Hello?
Hello.
Victor. Hello, Victor. How are you doing? Where are you calling us from?
Yes. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, but we do
Thank
not see you. Maybe you can turn on your webcam.
My channel is slow.
If you're able to do that, yes, sure. Where are you joining us from?
Okay. My name is Victor Uglev from Siberia Federal University, and I present you a topic of approach to the formation of visualization of the competency profile of the staff of organization using the UGVA method. My report will be based on the following basic thesis. Proper and timely assessment of the situation in the team of employees is one of the basic tracks on the head. The second, data about each employee expressed in the form of the competence profile is voluminous and heterogeneous. This need to be concentrated. Cognitive visualization is one of the most effective methods of the data concentration. In our work, the object of research is the competence profile of scientific and pedagogical workers. This slide shows the general outlines of the report. The emphasis will be placed on the paragraph 3, 4, 5, and 6. This slide shows the main components of the competence profile, regardless of the subject's area of consideration. It can be implemented noted that the data are heterogeneous. At the same time, it is required not only to monitor employee data, but also to compare profiles with each other. Competent profiles are formed from primary data on the activity of specific employees. Summarizing them, you can get a group profile at the department level, at the profile of the entire organization, as well as inter-organizational profile. The basic difficulties associated with the visualization of the competence profile is the next. The complexity of combined heterogeneous data, the complexity of interpreting an image of it is reduced to a small dimension space, the complexity of the composition of images of different objects for comparison. The need ensure data scalability, the importance of having both private and integral evolution of the objects within a single image. The activity provides a compare analysis of various methods of visualization of competency profiles by various means of cognitive visualization. Is it need to the mapping methods is an integrated approach of visualization. It's not as complex as ontology, and at the same time allow to the get interpolable result on linking convolution neural network in clusters. The slide shows the main categories of the employed data. They cover professional, social, educational, and the other aspects of human activities. Reflecting the specifics of the data of the activities of science and pedagogical workers, we have completed the following scheme in CSML notation. For learning areas of the activity, we identified it: personal qualification, scientific work, educational activities, and expert activities. The slide shows a brief description of all four areas of activity or specifics and pedagogical workers. If we have homogeneous data, the graph mining methods and semantic networks are used to their analysis. On the right are graphs based on the keywords of the activities. The radius of each concept is determined by the number of mentions, and the connections are determined in the joint presence in the metadata. Using coloring according to certain conditions, you can test many different hypotheses. The subsequent concentration of data is carried out using the Unified Graphic Visualization of Activity, UGVA method. Its definition is shown on the slide. Other than the Chernow phase method, the point of the transfer the parameter of the complex object to the elements of an anthropomorphic image. At the beginning, the composition of the axes and the types of symmetry and determined its architectural image. Then the figure is parameterized for the specific of the presentation, its basic image. And the next step, data on the specific increase of the object and their dynamics are superimposed, its individualized image. After that, estimate data are superimposed on the objects due to color artifacts related to the aspects of the analysis. The sample obtained are to be compared with each other. The slide on the left shows an example of a group of anthropomorphic images for the task of monitoring the education activities of students. And on the right, image of the employees of the primary labor collective of employees of the mining and chemical industry. Let's return to task of visualization the image of scientific and pedagogical workers. Let's turn to the upper drawing reflecting the architectural image of UGV annotation. The image is divided horizontally into three zones. The left on the education process, the right one of the scientific work, and the central one encoding the expert activity and responsible qualification data. The head is representable for the integral assessment of the balance. The upper limbs reflect personal achievements. The follower limbs reflect achievement test group activities. Each axis describes an integral assessment of group parameters in two states. And the figure blue indicator for the current period, green for the previous period. Now let's turn to bottom picture. This is basic image UGV annotation. It indicates the parameters and the representable of the linear dimensions of the image elements during visualization. The transition to individualized image is carried out by evaluating the activities of all employee characteristics. The generalization of indicators thus plays another statistically of thought and expert assessments involving the mechanism of the recommender systems. Next, one of the aspects of the analysis is selected and the relative of the values. The indicators are encoding the color of the heat map from the red to green with intermediate white. This is how a private image obtained. The slide shows an example of such of image. The aspect can be rendered profile a branch of science. This provides a view of the interpreted part about whom the situation of being analyzed. For example, a division, department, or organization. Let's consider an example of the employees of the Department of
Victor,
Applied Physics and Space Technology.
Victor, can you hear me?
Okay.
3 minutes. You have 3 minutes more.
The number of staff the department, 24 peoples, of which 6 area research from the design and spacecraft system. This slide shows an example of employees visualization, one of the areas of training the chosen aspect, and the department was chosen a point of view. You can immediately see the areas of activity that are each employee's focus on. This slide shows an example of displaying the image of the employee from various points of view. On the left, the presenter relative of the goals of the department. In the center, the university of wall. One on the right for the partner enterprise. The possibility of the change aspects and points of view make it possible to only to comprehensively analyze the situation and the department, but also to justify various personal discussion and planning area of works. The main difficulties of applying UGV method are the needs to the form of comprehensive parameter model and the require that collaborate of analysis and knowledge engineer, the need to the comprehensive automation to the semantic input the primary data, and the next clarify of insurance of the primary data of people about the activity rather than generalized. For scientific and pedagogical workers, we plan to explain the number of factors included in the image. Recommendations for the use of UGV method are shown on this slide. In conclusion, we note the unified graphic visualization of activity method has provided all the quick, stable, and the organization of discussion support system for various tasks. We have worked out models, competence profiles, and image of various types of activities. An example was given here for research of the teaching staff. It should be noted on the should not always limit oneself to image in the UGV annotation or Chernoff phase. This analysis of human activity will be more effective of the various methods of cognitive visualization are applied. These are some publications on this topic of our research. Thank you for your attention.
Good. Thank you, Victor. Very interesting presentation. I believe I need to read the paper. I wasn't aware of this approach. So before reacting, I really am, but it seems very stimulating approach. So it's a worthwhile read, certainly. Are there any questions? Is anyone from the audience or other participants willing to wanted to ask some questions? Victor? Okay, so then thank you, Victor. I hope you can stay with us for the rest of the session, and we can go on to the last on the schedule, but then we have Giuliano, if he will be joining us, and I give floor to Ponipa, right? Am I pronouncing it? Probably not. Ponipa.
Yes.
How do you help me with your name? How are you doing?
I'm Ponipa.
Ponipa. Okay. Where are you joining us from?
Thailand.
Okay. Good. Ponipa, the floor is yours, and you can share your presentation. Good.
Can you see my skin?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Ponipa Chantavong. I'm student computer engineering from University of Phayao, Thailand. Today I'm going to talk to you about evaluating variable sensor authentication with high-bit deep learning and squeeze and excitation. For introduction, a smartphone often contains users' private and sensitive information. Continuous verification of identity is crucial to prevent unauthorized access. While sensor-based solutions have been explored before, recent advancements in machine learning have provided alternative deep learning approaches for constantly checking if the smartphone's user is genuine. This diagram shows our proposed method composed of four main processes. The first process is data acquisition. The second process is data preprocessing. The third process is data generation. And the final process is training model and classification. For data acquisition, we use publicly available datasets named HMOC datasets. These datasets comprises reading from accelerometer and gyroscope gathered from 100 participants, including 53 males and 47 females using trend Samsung Galaxy S2 devices at 100 Hz sampling rate. And participants engage in session lasting 2 to 6 hours, involving activity like reading documents, typing, and navigating maps. For data preprocessing, first we use filtering methods. We apply to eliminate noise from reading, and next we refine signal from accelerometer and gyroscope were standardized to reduce variations across different sensor scales. And finally, the process multi-sensor chronological sequences were partitioned into non-overlapping segments lasting 2.56 seconds each, and employing a sliding window approach. Finally, this results in fixed-width instances capturing user behavior patterns over time for learning algorithm to analyze. This picture shows proposed model named SED convenient models. We propose this model consists CNN design for continuous authentication based on sensor data. This model autonomously derives spatial representation through convolutional layer directly from unprocessed input sequences. SE blocks are subsequently introduced to recalibrate feature responses channel-wide, applying informative feature, and optimization during training is achieved through additional batch normalization and ReLU activation layer, which normalize activations and updates vanishing gradient issue. This picture shows squeeze and excitation module. This block function in two primary stages. Spatial information is consolidated across channel through global average pooling. It to create a channel with static and subsequent excitation plays capture in the channel dependency using this aggregated information. More precisely, gather mechanism employing two fully connected layer activation by ReLU and sigmoid functions. learn scalar weight for each channel. For experimental results, this table shows observation from the results. In the lead walk activity where participants lead while walking, this proposed model gives superior performance. It achieves a high accuracy at 99.78% over the baseline CNN and LSTM model. And in the right walk activity involving writing while walking, these are proposed again outside other models. It attained a top accuracy of 99.13%, but the performance gap compared to baseline is slightly narrower than observed in lead walk. A similar trend is in the map walk activity where map navigator while walking in verb, and this proposed model exhibits higher accuracy of 99.43% compared to CNN and LSTM model. And the advantage gained from incorporating SE block is in the lead walk activity than in other activities suggests that SE is particularly effective in this context. And our model exhibit compare lower performance in the live walk activity than in other activity. This graph on screen show comparative results of deep learning model used in this work, and left screen show EAR and right screen show accuracy. The findings from these experiments indicate that the SE deep convenience surpasses alternative deep learning networks, and it achieved high accuracy at 99.77% and lowest ERS 0.37% when we apply to sensor data from the activity of reading while walking. In the case of activity writing while walking. For conclusion, first, this research introduced SE deep convenient on a publicly available gene analysis datasets named HMOC datasets. Second, experimental results conducted demonstrate cutting-edge authentication accuracy reaching is 99.78% and low required error rate of 0.38%. Proposed model feature responses channel-wise within each convolutional layer to highlight significant representations. And the third, SE mechanism promises to ensure robust continuous verification using mobile sensor data. And SE achieve a higher accuracy. And finally, in the future, we focus on verifying our model and adapt across the right datasets and encompasses variance activity, and to boost performance consideration could be given to implementing more. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Monica. Are there any? Now you can keep your presentation in case there are questions. Are there any questions? Oh, questions. Monica, I have one little explanation. If you can go to the slide where there are accuracy data.
We use publicly.
No. Accuracy table with the percentages of. Further on. Go on. The results, the accuracy. Can you go on? Next one. Go.
Go,
No.
go. Oh,
Go. More. No.
next.
Ahead, not back. Back. Go. Forward.
Ah.
Forward. No. It was among the last. You're going backward.
Next.
Do not go backwards. Never go backwards. Go forward.
Forward.
Next one. Go.
Доброе
3,
утро,
4,
Данил. Ты придешь? У нас 10 же.
5. Gone.
Ну понятно.
О.
Ладно, ну давай.
Go.
This
The
one.
results. Ponypal, where the accuracy go. Still. One more. Okay, go. Okay, here. This one. Okay, fantastic. So I see in the last column, SC deep convnet, right? The red square, red rectangle numbers. And then there is the accuracy data, 99.79. Okay? Are we looking at the same number? Yes? Good. So there is one plus minus 6.67. What do I understand this as that you have some kind of higher variance of accuracy, or I don't know, some kind of, because it seems higher than the CNN and LSTM. Okay, the number is marginally higher, 0.1, 0.2 decimals of the percentage. But then the variability plus minus 6% and more seems like a big number, meaning that the accuracy can be highly volatile. Am I interpreting this number correctly? You see what I mean?
It actually higher because we use SE block in SE deep convenient. Yes, this proposed model is we use sigmoid and sigmoid activation. It boosts accuracy than CNN and LSTM. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I will read the paper and maybe circle back to you if I have some other questions about this. Anyways, any other questions, comments? No. Good. Thank you, Ponipa. I hope you can stay with us for the last presentation. If Giuliano is not joining us, you have any? You have his colleagues, right?
Yes. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe.
Because he sent us message saying I'm facing technical issues. Would it be possible to change my presentation to the last one? And I told him yes, but
I hope
he's not connected, and we are out of presenters. So what do we do?
I'm so sorry, but I think you will not be able to present.
Probably not. Yes. Okay, so we should. What do you say?
Does that not have his slides?
No. So the present. Let me check what the text. Giuliano Cruz. Okay. The 2018 presidential runoff. Complex network analysis approach using Twitter data. That would have actually been an interesting presentation. This was the only thing that was worthwhile this morning. So I'm sorry, but we are going to miss this, and we are going to be reading his paper in the proceedings, and also discussing presidential elections during the conference. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Poripa, Hakan, Maximian, for your presentations, and I hope to see you next time in presence at one of the next ICCSA conferences, and have a good day. Thank you, and goodbye.
So thanks. See you later.
Bye-bye. Good.
Вы уже поехали или нет еще? Давай это, посчитаем, что там у нас получилось. Чтобы перед отпуском сделать и забыть. Ага. Пришлешь, да, сейчас? Я тебе послал.